everybody. It's Douglas George Block. Why am I called Douglas George Block? I was born on George Washington's birthday, February 22nd, 1949, 70 years ago, and welcome to your 133rd live chat. Have I been doing it this long? Oh my goodness. Hey, I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late, but today it is now, what is it right now? Tell my breathe application turn off. It's 46 degrees in Portland. My God, the normal high for this time of year is 72. We're having a chilly and rainy fall. Okay, who's up here? What have we got here? Who's signing in? Of course, right now my little counter. How many people are? Some of you guys are gonna have to tell me how many people are here every now and then because my counter doesn't work. Hey, Beth D, Steve Young, Abdullah, SK. How to develop self-worth? Yeah, I am the greatest. Just keep telling yourself what a good person you are. And also, small successes always help. Do things that you can actually achieve in small bits. God, I need to start wearing my contacts. The glow, the reflection of my eyes is wild. Steve Young, Tony Issue, Steve again, Rosie Bangle, nice to see. Soggy Yorkshire, are you kidding me? It rained like 2 inches yesterday in Portland, thunderstorms. A few Brits living, a few Brits live in English. Tony, nice to say. I'm late. Yep. James D, Imran, Steve, Tony, Deborah, Lazy Eye Ranch. So many folks from across the land. Yeah, well, there are brothers and sisters over there. Worried to hear he has had all those issues with local commission. He does so much good in my mind. Oh, you're talking about me? You mean talking about the Board of Psychology? Don't worry. We're going to settle that pretty quickly. So you can start sending money to the Douglas Block Legal Defense Fund. That was a joke. All right. Germany, Santo Broch. I don't think I've heard from you before. I've heard from MD Nixon. A joke. My Kingdom Forward joke. Okay, this was told me by a friend. Okay, anybody who thinks this is funny, please raise your hand. What do they call a mother cow after she has her babies? Hey, what do you call a mother cow after she has her babies? Decaffeinated. Come on, that was good. And the other joke I was told, what type of shoes does a plumber wear? Well, that's easy, clogs. All right, you guys can come up with some jokes. So, Belgium, my God, down under, Australia, a real global community. Tony Issue, where are you from? The Chocolate Factory Hunter. Hey, finally caught you live. Nice to see you. All right, two things. Last Monday, I did a video called Social, Why Our Brains and Our Bodies Are Hardwired to Connect, like this. We're mammals, we need each other. And tomorrow, Monday, the 30th, I'm putting up a new video called How to Overcome Loneliness. How many people here have ever experienced loneliness? Yay! How many people have maybe described one of the most painful things they've ever experienced? Yay! Why? When I was in college, away from home at 18, I was homesick, I was lonely, I didn't know anybody. I was immature, and it was an absolutely traumatic period. The war in Vietnam was going on. It was a complete, hey, we're now live, and the watching numbers, 0 watching, that can't be possible. Anyway, can you guys hear me? Now I'm live. I don't know why it took so long. It's weird. I went ahead and hit start streaming and okay, well, now I'm on. All right. So I'm finally on. Did you hear any of what I said at the beginning? I'll say it again. It's September 29th, my niece's birthday. It's cloudy. It's 46 degrees in Portland. And it's freezing. And I had two jokes. The first one was, what do you call a mother cow when it gives birth to its babies? Decaffeinated. And what do you call a plumber? What type of shoes does a plumber wear? Clogs. So tomorrow I'm putting up a video called How to Overcome Loneliness, my second in a 3-part series called The Quest to Connect. Last week I did something called Social, Why Our Brains and Our Bodies Are Hardwired to Connect. And the other thing is that, so loneliness is a problem that many people with depression have. How many of you are lonely? Raise your hand. And how many of you are have described it as a really painful experience? All right. So, sorry I was late. I thought I hit the start streaming. I had not. When you got a lot on your mind, it's easy to be forgetful. Did anybody hear my two jokes? Hey, Payne Tumpin, how are you doing? Rosie Bangle, wow, are you in the desert? I hope not. We love Yorkshire. Hey, isn't Downton Abbey now a movie in America? How many people watch that series? Hey, you Brits, was it accurate? Not lonely, but alone. That's right. Well, there's a difference between alone and lonely. You can be alone in the desert meditating. You feel connected to the world, I mean, to nature, to God, but lonely is a horrible feeling. It's like feeling disconnected, isolated. Hey, that's what depressed people feel. I bet a lot of depressed people are lonely. All right. I love the fact all you guys are chatting with each other. Well, again, my video tomorrow is how to overcome loneliness. One of the things to do is to believe that you deserve to be connected. A lot of people with depression think they're losers. They don't deserve to have love. They don't deserve to have friendship. They don't deserve to be happy. You got to get rid of those old false beliefs. All right. So, any questions out there now that we're actually up and running? If not, I will give you one more example about why human beings are uniquely social. And not uniquely, all mammals are social because we have something in common with all mammals. We give birth to live young, and when that baby is really small, it's completely dependent upon its mother and other human beings for survival. How do I know? There was an experiment during World War II done by psychoanalyst Renee Spitz, who observed these orphanages around Europe. And there was a big infection going around, and so the people running the orphanages said to the staff, hey, I don't want our orphans, our little babies to get sick, so you can feed them, you can give them water, clothing, but don't touch them, don't hold them, don't rock them, don't do anything. Well, that was supposed to protect them, but within 6 months to a year, most all of them had died, all the infants. Why? Failure to thrive because of not being touched. That's why when children lose their parents or their mother at an early age, it's so traumatic. So, yeah, you know what? I just realized something. My father said right before he died, he said, Doug, do you think we held you and Ted enough growing up as infants? I said, no. He said, precisely. That's why you guys are depressed. A great insight from my father right before he died. I'm enjoying your platform. Kindly, could you speak on how to develop self-worth? All right, well, as I say, it first comes with two things. One is do things that you can succeed in. It's called self-efficacy. But the other thing is go back to your childhood and see, did you get any negative message about that you were, a loser? Did you get verbal abuse, criticism, neglect, even physical abuse? Oftentimes people with low self-esteem didn't get their needs met, didn't get the affirmation they needed when they were kids. We don't know that we're loved until we can see it reflect on other people's eyes. Thank you, Taco Platter. $5. Yep, appreciate it. Cancel, stops cataphizing. That's great. I had a bad day Monday and I used it. Well, that's not me. That's Jose Silva from Silver Mind Control. Anytime your thoughts start running away and you're putting yourself down, you say, cancel, and they go away and you substitute it with something else. Steve Young, learn to love yourself, then loneliness and theory should lessen. I've always been single, not attached yet. I find a way to be stronger than I used to be. Good for you, Steve Young. If you don't mind telling me, how old are you? Just curious, probably. I don't know. I have no idea. Probably over 30, I'm guessing. How old was your dad when he died? I lost my mom at a young age. See, that's trauma right there. Well, my father was 93, so I can't complain. Clear, I've been diagnosed with dysthymia. Sometimes I question myself, what's wrong with myself? And even if I'm depressed, is this caused by anxiety? Well, dysthymia is low-grade chronic depression that occurs over many years. It can be caused, like I said, childhood neglect, abuse, biochemistry, many things, but there's ways to treat it. And here's the way to treat dysthymia. See this thing? Self-care activities to boost your mood, boost your psychological immune system. The person who said he had dysthymia, if you email me, I will send you a chart for free. My little tithe for this morning, douglasblog@gmail.com. Send me that email and I will send you a free copy of that chart, as I will to anybody who donates $2 or more. I guessed you were in your 40s, Steve Young. Pretty good. Your mom was 48. Tony Issue, that's young. Your mother must have had a heart attack or some freak illness. I'm really sorry to hear that. Taco Platter, have a great day, everyone. I'm hiking. Just wanted to say hi and have a blessed day. Well, thank you for checking in. And I'm so glad saying cancel is working. Excellent. How's Noma Thomas? He is drinking again. Tony Issue, when did you say that? I am... Yeah, I had lunch with him a couple of weeks ago. He said he was binge drinking and binge eating and he had a stomach ulcer, but then I went into his channel. He seemed okay. When was the last time you heard from him? You know, Noah and I have been friends since 2011 when he came to my group. I consider him both a protege and a mentor. I have mentored him and he has mentored me, especially on YouTube. So we're very tight. But he doesn't answer his phone calls or his texts. So, Tony Issue, when was the last time you heard from him or saw one of his videos? Taco Platter, have a great hike. Be careful. Thank you, Lazy Eye Ranch. How are you doing, my friend? A faithful watcher of these YouTube videos. Have you gotten your truck fixed? Are you feeling better? What's the weather like? She had a stroke. Yeah. Guess what? My wife's sister had a stroke at 52 and died. That's the biggest killer in America, maybe Britain, is heart disease. And guess what? Women right now, you don't think of women having heart disease. Number one killer of women, heart disease and stroke. Part of it, not all of it, is because of the standard American diet, which means SAD. People should not be eating so many saturated fats, so many, so much animal protein. And by the way, I have a new video coming up in a couple of weeks called The Worst Foods for Depression and Anxiety. And guess what's number one? Coca-Cola, sugary drinks. Anybody want to tell me why sugary drinks are so bad with people from depression and anxiety? If you're going to give me a good answer, you can get this chart for free. I'm camping at my mother's at the moment taco. My dad passed away at 84 and he was still too young. Well, I'm glad you have that. I'm glad you have that belief. I mean, 84 looks pretty damn good to me at 70. If I could live that long, that would be great. But my father did live to be 93 after all. I remember when Noah posted a video of visiting you in the hospital. Oh, well, that was like 9 months ago. Justin Clough, it's better late than never, my friend. I always tell my physics teacher when I come in late to my class, better late than never. I'm expecting a good joke from you. I've run out of them. Steve Edwards, coping with anxiety is nearly impossible when abuse is still happening. You're absolutely right. So are you experiencing abuse? And if so, is there any way you can get out of it or do something, reach out for help? Speaking of which, I am giving a seminar called How to Rewire Your Anxious Brain at 1 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock British time. UK time, so I'm going to be leaving 10 minutes early to get on my other computer. None of you guys registered. I don't hold it against you, but I do have a new video called Healing from Depression and Anxiety starting 3 weeks from today. Actually, 4 weeks today. And if you type in this, Douglas Block Unity Spiritual Explorers, it's a 3-week, every Sunday from 8 until 9, actually 9 until 10, your time. It'll be a fantastic seminar. Lemon juice and apple cider vinegar for what? I'm not quite sure. High fructose sugar. Oh, I see. Yeah. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, high fructose sugar is bad, not just for depression and anxiety, but for your heart and your whole health. I need more jugs. I'm out too. What are we going to do? Someone needs to come to the rescue. Interested in your food. Hey, RCB, it's great to hear from you. Scientists found out but got back in, and I'm not quite sure what that means. Clean the blood. Always good. Took my $800 car to a mechanic. I thought he had suspension problems. Nope, needs a power steering pump replaced. But rattles are because my road is terrible and the car's 15 years old. Otherwise, good. Good for you. I'm seeing you come into abundance, Lazy Eye Ranch. I try to keep myself as much distance between myself and the abuser, but sometimes it's impossible. It's my father. You can see why it's complicated. Steve, that means you must be living at home, I'm assuming, and I guess I don't know if you're fairly young. People live at their home when they're 44. Well, are you at least seeing a therapist to help you deal with your feelings about it and process your feelings? If you can change the situation, you can at least go get help and help process your feelings. Hey Doug, I've been feeling flattened this week. I learned of citalopram, still feeling the side effects. Oh, what are the chances they go away? Well, side effects usually go away over time, but everybody's different. If they persist longer than expected, talk to your doctor. And, I find drinking a lot of water and exercising helps, but if they continue to persist, just talk to your doctor. Maybe they'll put you on another med. Rudy Zavendo, socializing drains energy out of me. You're probably an introvert. I know I'm here to have to socialize more, but I'm totally exhausted after talking to people. Even going out to have coffee with people exhausts me. How to solve this problem? Well, I don't know. You could be a natural introvert. You also could be a highly sensitive person. Maybe you just need to, pick and choose when you go out. And also, I hope you're in therapy too. But some people I'm a kind of half introvert, half extrovert. As I've gotten older, I've become more extroverted. When I was a kid, I was very shy. I was completely afraid of people. My father said, "Don't worry, Doug, you'll grow out of it." And I did. Hey, speaking of my father, my brother insisted I get one of these DNA 23andMe ancestry tests. Has anybody done that? I can tell you one thing. If they find out I'm 100% Norwegian, I'm suing the place. Or asking for my money back anyway. But I'm not Norwegian, so don't worry about it. How's the car? One sentence said, my teacher is the best. He can go days without eating. The second said, my teacher has so much self-control, he can go days without sleep. Well, I'm not quite sure what the point of that is, but anyway. You had a much better week not bed reading? Excellent for you. See, Anthony Olson, what goes down must come up. All right. Okay, better than expected then, Suzanne. Isn't Suzanne a lovely name? Anyone heard Judy Collins sing that song? Suzanne is actually written by Leonard Cohen. Blurred vision is a side effect of citalopram. Wow. Don't do too much driving. Yeah, you got to stay in touch with your doctor and report all things that are going on. Anyway, it's 19 minutes after the hour. It would be nice to have another donation. Oh, my teacher's so wise that he eats when he's hungry and sleeps when he's tired. Very good. A man got his Viagra mixed up with his laxative, so he didn't know whether he was coming or going. Oh my God, that would be an X-rated joke to tell my group, but at any rate, nice, Steve. Yeah, LOL. Yep. Joseph, probably from Germany or Austria, turning in from the Netherlands. I was close. I download your live session, listen to it at work when I feel some anxiety. It really helps me feel less alone. Great work. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate it. Want to know if any of you want to really support this channel ongoing, you can go to my Patreon site, and I'll put it right here. And by the way, the person who asked me about Noah, I really got to keep reaching out to him. I don't know how he's doing right now, but just go to www.patreon. Whoops, what's going on? I think I just, oh yeah, hit the caps lock. Don't you hate it when you do that? treon.com. And then type in my name, Douglas Block, and you will find me. It's a crowdfunding site, and basically at $2 a month, you can become a supporter of this channel. Okay. He's an ambivert. I like it. Thank you, Joseph F. I'm glad my videos are helping you. All right, Anthony, I've been obsessed with termination of, is it live or life? I've been set, are you saying termination of life? I would just stop searching the videos and go to, and go look at positive videos, affirming life and, what good there is. And, write to me if you need to. But yeah, just tell yourself that there is hope, you can feel better, and that you never know what the next day will bring, What goes here? Take a look at this, Anthony. From the ashes I rise, the phoenix bird, given to me by a woman named Julie Hayes, who was so bad she was almost going to end her existence, and then she came out of it. So the same can happen for you. So hang in there, Anthony Olson. Just stay well one day at a time, and if you feel like you're going to hurt yourself, call somebody up and reach out for help. All right. What other comments do we have here? Exotic Enigma. All right. I'm really sorry that happened to you. Yeah, clergy stuff. Well, if you ever seen a movie called Spotlight, it won the Academy Award for Best Picture a couple of years ago. It's all about that subject. So God bless you. I'm glad you're going to get some support. Yeah. Prayers for you, Anthony. I've been there. Stay connected. Thank you, Mike Walker. Exactly. That's what I forgot to tell him. Stay connected. Other people are a lifeline, believe me. And I hope you have a crisis line number in your area. Feel free to make use of it. When I was severely depressed, I call those people 3 or 4 times a day, seriously. I love Leonard Cohen. His last time was really great, dark but masterful. Well, then you know Suzanne. I'm glad he dedicated it to you. You must be very, very, very honored to have Leonard Cohen write a song for you. My week was good. I went on a cruise to Sweden with my school buddies. Wow, sign me up. I have an anxiety and depression since I quit heroin 12 years ago, and I know I'm okay. Well, good for you, Dan. My nephew's struggling with a heroin addiction. That is a very hard drug to get off of. I just saw a film on Miles Davis, great jazz musician, probably one of the greatest. He had a heroin addiction. So did John Coltrane. So did many musicians. So give yourself a pat on the back for kicking the habit. Very, very impressive. One day I would like to visit the States and meet no one yourself. Well, you can. We're both in the same city, last I checked. And someone just donated. Jason, thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. 10 pounds, another mensch. Well, I hope, Jason, I've sent you this diagram. If not, email me and I will send it to you. You know, it says elapsed time 17 minutes and 46 seconds. I just realized I got started 12 minutes late because I thought I was streaming. So, yeah, it's 12:24, so in about 25 minutes I'll be going over to my seminar. But meanwhile, we have lots more times to have fun. And let's see if we can answer some of your questions. All right. Joseph, €2. Thank you, my friend. Where do you live? I think you said the Netherlands. Excellent. Hey, I hear there's a lot of bike riders in the Netherlands. I love bike riders. I love biking. Kinky Text. Hi, Doug. How effective is CBD flower for anxiety, OCD? I'm seriously thinking of trying. Well, everybody is different. CBD oil has worked for some people with anxiety. It helps my anxiety when I wake up in the middle of the night. If it's legal and where you live, like there's in Oregon, we have dispensaries. And man, there's also different types of CBD oil with different portions of THC. It's like a science. So hopefully you have dispensaries. If not, you can always get it online. I think it's legal in all 50 states. I don't know where you live. Kinky Text, you might be in Texas. But yeah, you don't know until you try. And if you are taking medications, psychiatric medications, please let your doctor know. Okay, Kathy Adams, nice name. I love your meditations. And I didn't know I did meditations. Where are they located? I love Dear Heather. Tony Issue? I thought the Leonard Cohen was dead. He is dead, but he made an album before he died. Hi, Doug. Sorry I'm late. Want to start coming regularly. Have a much better week after about a month on and off panic attacks. Well, you see, Rector, everything is limited. Everything is time limited. Charlie Parker enjoyed his scotch. Yeah, another person who died too young. You're in FL, whatever that means. Kathy Adams. Anyway, C. Rector, what goes down must come up. Look again, right? From the ashes I rise. That's what you did. You rose from the ashes. You were struggling and then it ended. How many times, there's a great book you all need to read by a guy, everybody heard of Joan Baez? Come on, we've all heard of Joan Baez. She had a sister named Mimi Baez, and she married a man named Richard Farina. They became folk singers. They're really, really good. He wrote a book called It's Been Down So Long It Looks Like Up to Me. National bestseller. Could have been about depression. Anyway, the poor guy died in a motorcycle accident right after the book was published, and he became famous. Anyway, doesn't that a great title? I've been down so long it looks like up to me, but guess what? You do go up afterwards. Everyone I've ever worked with who has depression eventually comes out of it, seriously. And not just me, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of psychologists, psychiatrists, practitioners around the world can testify to this truth. Depression, anxiety are treatable conditions. People do heal from them, and you should never, never give up. I'm going to do a video called Why You Should Never Give Up. If I gave up, I wouldn't be here right now and doing my work. I used to get teased about that Cohen song, especially the crazy part. I love this song. I'm honored. Of course you should be. Leonard Cohen was a genius. Did you find my email last week referring to the book I ordered, etc.? I don't know. Are you talking about healing from depression? Everybody bikes in the Netherlands. Yes, it's incredible. Hey, do you have WhatsApp, Steve? You should call me up. I'm trying to get this because I don't think I ever got an order, and I don't think did you ever pay me for the order, or maybe that was because you gave me some money here. I'm confused. I have a million things going on right now. Why don't you email me again and tell me if you have WhatsApp so we can call each other on the phone. DouglasBlock@gmail.com. I got to get a new email there. Florida. Yes, my parents retired there. I wish biking was more efficient in the U.S., but in most accounts it says everything is too far for it to be efficient, except in Portland, Oregon. There's bike paths everywhere. Oh my goodness, people cycle to work downtown consistently. Yeah, Steve, so send me another email and let's see if we can talk on the phone. Grateful the show is on Sunday night, right? UK time. We should call it the Douglas Block Show. Did you ever watch the Howdy Doody show? Okay, hold on. They may have been podcasts. Yeah, I was on one podcast with only one. Be careful where you get CBD from. There have been many people made merely sick by some fake stuff. Stay away from anything sold at convenience stores, of course. All right, if you have eye pain, you should call the doctor immediately. Well, you should call your doctor. Okay, Tom Wolski, grateful the show is on a Sunday night UK time ahead of work on dreaded Monday morning. Provides a welcome boost. Well, Tom, do you not like your work? Why is Monday morning dreaded? In America, most people have their heart attacks on Monday morning. That should say something. It's important to have a job that you at least can tolerate because most people spend more time at work than they do with their families. So, if you don't like your work, try to find something different. If you can, if it's practical. All right. Imran Akhtar, I'm currently waiting to see a psychologist. I'm on a waiting list and it's about 2 months now. The NHS in the U.S. is really difficult. Just trying to hold on to dear life. Well, Imran, tune into this channel, tune into other channels. Stay positive as most you can. Even if you don't have alcoholism as a problem, you can still go to 12-step groups. They're free. Hopefully you have family and friends you can reach out to. Maybe you have, I know you're from that name, you're Muslim. Maybe, you're your spiritual director at your mosque or wherever you go to. Or you might not even go to a mosque. I don't want to make presumptions, but if you're part of a spiritual community, you can tap into that. How's that? Yeah, it's impossible to psych. I'm on a 3-month waiting list. Yeah, I hear about that, about the NHS. Like in America, it's private pay, right? But then you can see somebody tomorrow. Although most people are booked up because there are more people with depression and anxiety than there are mental health practitioners to see them, right? We have a shortage of psychiatrists in the United States. Big article. If you want to become useful, become a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. You will never be out of work. Harriet Harden, another person I haven't seen, ABCD. Yes, Imran, it's impossible to see a psych on a 3-month waiting list. That's right. It just seems like it's taking forever, up and down, more than down now. Well, hang on, you guys. You probably don't have the money, but there's something called Better. They're counseling. The people who do counseling over the internet, they're not bad. It's called feelbetter.com. I forget. There's a good website. Or, yeah. You could just come here and you can also go to other depression chat rooms. Hold on, yes, hold on. That is the key, to endure suffering. I know it's tough. In the Bible they have, or Judeo-Christian terminology, they have a term called long suffering. Yeah, I'm going to write that down right now because you know what? Anybody who has been through a depressive episode, and I've been through 4 of them, needs to develop long suffering. What does that mean? It just means sticking it out and enduring the pain. Is it easy? No. Are we taught how to do it? No. Is it the difference between life and death? Yes. Is it something that all survivors possess? Yes. Think of people who are prisoners of war, like John McCain, the American senator, for days, weeks, months, years. Look what they have to endure. Man, I think depression's bad. That would be 100 times worse. Well, I wouldn't say that, but it would be quite horrible. People can endure stuff. It's not easy, but that's what we need. And of course, we need to go reach out for help and treat our condition. All right, Anthony Nielsen, thank you for your advice and for being here each week. You've been a lifeline. Hey, Anthony, you got to promise not to do anything to hurt yourself. Seriously. I don't know where you are. Where? Tell me where you are. I will give you a crisis line number you can call 24 hours a day. Will you? Jam, hey, a bit late. Yes, thank you for your emails. I love you. Having a bad week, so send my best wishes, everyone. Just listen. Yeah, damn, you tell me where you lived. Is it in Texas? I forget. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Thank you for your positive feedback, and I'm sorry you're having a hard time, but remember these magical 4 words. You ready, everybody? Write these down because I call them 4 words that can save your life. This too shall pass. Yeah, the worst thing about having mental illness is beating yourself up about it. Well, that's why I did a whole video on self-compassion. There's a woman named Kristin Neff, Kristinneff. She's got a whole website. You should go check it out. She's the queen of self-compassion. All right. Well, one way to have compassion on yourself is to laugh. Let's see what we have. How many of you like to read? So many millennials don't like to read anymore. Well, I'm reading a book on it's called on anti-gravity. It's so good I can't put it down. How about this one? What did the guru say to the hot dog salesman? What did the guru say to the hot dog salesman? Make me one with everything. Okay, and of course, you know, you guys from Great Britain should know this. You remember King Arthur and the knights? Well, who invented the round table, for heaven's sakes? Well, it was circumference. Raise your hand, I think it's funny. In fact, I'm a math teacher, and what's my favorite dessert? Pie. Now, there must have been one good joke in those 4, don't you think? All right. I hope some of you had a moment to laugh at those. It is now 12:35, 15 minutes after the hour. 35 minutes after the hour. 15 minutes left. Be strong, Imran. Easier said than done, my friend. Yes. Tony Issue, thank you for being so positive. All of you guys are blessings, and I'm glad you're supporting each other. Is there such a thing as aggravating anxiety? I don't really know what that means. You mean anxiety that aggravates other people, or the anxiety is aggravated meaning it's getting worse? There's certainly such a thing as really terrible anxiety. Thank you, Douglas. I just tried it best with my prayers. Well, prayers are a wonderful thing. Matter of fact, Imran, I don't know, this is a kind of a metaphysical Christian group, but it's really universal. I think you should call them if you can. I think you will just really love what they have to say. It's called Silent Unity. I did a whole video about it. It's my book. So wherever you are in the world, at 24 hours a day, call 1-816-969-2000. There you are. BetterHelp. Thank you, Andrea. That's what it's called. Good for you. Have you ever used it? God, you guys are tremendous resources. There's 50 of you online, and everybody's helping everybody else. Thanks, guys, for your supportive help. Anytime, Imran, just show up at 12 o'clock East Pacific time, 8 o'clock UK time. We have 40,000 nurse vaccines in England alone. I'm an RN in the NHS. It's very stressful. Wow. Oh, 40,000 nurse vacancies. Wow. Yes, we need more mental health providers. All you young people, all you millennials, go into healthcare. Nurses, doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, social workers. Humanity is falling apart. We need your help. All right. Jem, hey, good advice about the psych nurse qualification. I wish I trained that years ago. Yep, never out of work. I wish I was as well. What type of work were you trained in, Jem? Imran Akhtar, you're a human being and deserve to be happy, of course. Good point. A POW is horrible. Yeah. I'm in Kansas City. There's a crisis line here. I should program it to my phone. Of course you should. Don't be absurd. That's what they're there. I don't mean to be critical. Let me put that back. Let me take that back. Anthony Nelson, it's a great idea to put your crisis line in your phone. It's a lifeline to survival. I admire you for knowing it, and call it. When you call it, send me an email. It's really important. I'm telling you guys, never give up, never give up. I have been at the brink of death, the brink of the abyss so many times, at least five, and even, well, at least five, let me tell you that. I mean, my brother said to me years ago, it's amazing you're still alive, and he's absolutely right. But, you know, for the grace of God and my spiritual helpers on the other side and my guardian angels, I'm here. Do people believe in guardian angels? I do. I've got at least a couple of them. Love you too, Douglas. Cornwall, England. Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah, well, take a flight over to the Pacific Coast. It's not that expensive. Steve Young, yes, I did. I paid for it. I paid the shipping as requested. Wow. Well, let's do it. Let's call WhatsApp. Could you, okay, I trust you. So go ahead and send me your address, and this week I'll go to the post office and get it out there. I'll send it to you versus using something called Parcel Monkey. I need your exact address in the UK to get that book off to you. And was it Healing from Depression? Yeah, and send me your WhatsApp phone. We can talk for a minute or two. Prayers are with you, ABCD. Thank you. Shams, I saw a guy say the "Make Me One with Everything" to Dalai Lama on YouTube. He didn't get it though. I saw that too. That was a famous video. Yeah, that was very funny. Thank you for reminding me that. The quiet one. Sometimes, hey Dougie, I'm impressed by your memory. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. LOL. That's okay. I had for breakfast a protein drink, hot chocolate, and some lentil stew. Guess what? I'm a firm believer in the whole food plant-based diet, right? Fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, and seeds. Don't eat anything that comes in a box. Don't eat anything that you can't grow. And, you know, I've studied this for at least, 40 years. And it's a good thing to help you with your mental health, to eat a clean diet and get exercise. Two things you can really do for yourself. All right, someone just donated $5. Thank you. Chris Geyser, of course, one of the real patrons of this channel, along with Taco Platter and Steve Young, and all of you who have become regular contributors. Thank you so much. Thanks, Chris. How'd you like the ebook I sent you called "When Going Through Hell Don't Stop"? Yeah, anybody who donates $5 or more can get the copy of this ebook. It was my memoir I wrote after I came out of a really bad depressive episode. Here it is. And I know that Chris got one. I'm starting to cough, so I'm going to take a lozenge. All right. Beth D. also, does the neck affect the head like pains? Mm-hmm. Get a massage, says Jason. You'll make a note, Imran. Well, thank you very much. Uh-oh. Yes, I got that. Lazy Eye Ranch. Give him a $20 bill. Where's my change? Said the Zen Master. Change must come from within. Yes, very good. That's a follow-up. Andrea Special. Yes. BetterHelp was very useful for me. I highly recommend it. How expensive is it? Because you should let the people in the UK know who are waiting and waiting and waiting for counselors and psychiatrists about BetterHelp. It's obviously not free, but it might not be that expensive. Anyway, let people know about it. Okay, Jem says, that's why you're healing breath of fresh air, ABCD, and well-meaning common sense, because sometimes my family can bully as well. All right. I don't know who ABD is, but whoever that is, thank you for being a breath of fresh air. And I don't see an ABD, and I don't see an ABCD, so, well, all I know is I'm glad you guys are helping each other. It's necessary. You have health anxiety as well? Well, hey, my friend, Noah and I made a wonderful video on health anxiety with him doing most of the talking. You can look it up on my channel or his. It has been Hard to sleep because of my health anxiety. Yeah, you need to get some help on that. So, someone said, how do you contribute, C. Rector? Well, down below at the bottom of this thing is a dollar sign. You click on it, and YouTube will ask you how much you want to contribute, 99 cents or more. If you don't see it, you can give something to me via PayPal. Go to paypal.com, basically create an account, and then my PayPal address is my email address, douglasblock@gmail.com. So if you want to contribute something via PayPal, you can do so, or you can just look for the dollar sign at the bottom of the thread. Hey, Luan, nice to see you again. Long time no speak. Have you ever reported to alcohol to ease your anxiety? I drink it from time to time, but not in excess. Well, no, alcohol just puts me to sleep. Matter of fact, one of my friends had a relapse. They said, well, I'm 75,326 days sober, which means since the day I was born. But yeah, no, but you know, alcohol in moderation seems to be fine. I mean, it all depends on, you know, whether you can handle it. If you're on, you know, antidepressants, maybe it's not such a good idea. But am I familiar with Dr. Wayne Dyer book, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life? No, it's very good. I met Wayne Dyer way at the beginning of his career. He wrote a book called Your Erroneous Zone. Wayne Dyer is the real thing. No, it's not New Age mumbo jumbo. He's a very wise man, and you should check out many of his books. So no, I would definitely recommend that book. Hey, Jen Wu, nice to see you. You can rewire your brain to be more positive. Intense exercise is a good start. I like intense. That's very good. Can we send some love to Timmy Smith? We can. Absolutely. Let's all close our eyes right now. I'm going to do it. And just see the name Timmy Smith before you. And send him love, healing energy, and know that he is a child of the divine and is whole and perfect and worthy of love. Okay, Timmy. You got that from me. You believe in guardian angels? Well, great. I know they exist. Yes, Chums, we just heard that. I'm a caretaker myself, but I think about switching to a career in retail because I can't handle other people's problems. Well, if you're in retail, you will be handling people's problems, but a different kind of problem. Mental illness is on the rise. Yes, of course. What else? What causes intrusive thoughts? Well, what causes intrusive thoughts is a chemical imbalance in the brain that allows those thoughts to enter. However, you're not helpless. My second most popular video is called How to Respond to Intrusive and Obsessive Thoughts. You can do one of two things. You can say, cancel, cancel, and then repeat them replace them with a positive thought. Or you can just watch them like clouds going overhead or leaves drifting by down a river. It's like mindfulness meditation. Just observe them. Don't push them away. Don't cling on to them. Just observe them. So those are the two ways. Be a neutral, detached observer, or say cancel, cancel, and replace them with a better thought. That's what I've done. Tony Issue, I love to read, but I can't when my mind is low. Well, one of the big symptoms of depression is failure to concentrate. When I was depressed, I couldn't even read a comic book. It's a cruel illness. I read that from the video's comments, and I'm not quite sure what you read, but, oh, you mean the hot dog. All right, Louisa Alina Sad Girl. Hey, Douglas. Louisa, I love your name. Nice to hear from you. I burnt out as a primary teacher 38 years ago in the 90s. I kept losing my voice. Yeah. One of my friends was a gym teacher, phys ed teacher, and same thing happened to her. Hey, MD Nixon, I was just someone else was from Germany. I mentioned your name. Way better than last week. I wanted to join your webinar, but I don't have the money for it at the moment. For now, I will join the live chat again. See you all. Well, I'm so glad you're feeling better. Do I have any thoughts on ayahuasca for depression and anxiety? Louise Aline Sad Girl. It's a very powerful drug, psychoactive substance. I'm afraid to take it because it really puts you in. It's like LSD. It's hallucinogen. So I would not recommend it for myself. I can't tell other people what to do, but I can tell you what. If you take that drug or that plant, you need to be very stable and you need to have a lot of support. that stuff will definitely alter your consciousness. Lots of love, ordinary human. I love your name. Timmy Smith. I've been depressed for the last 10 years. Have anxiety with no life, no friends. I see. That's why uh, it's logically depressed and warranted when you have no life and failure. But don't call yourself a failure. Uh, yeah, well, I was very immature when I was 27. I didn't know, you know, I didn't know squat. So you're still very young. And you have to love yourself. Maybe you weren't taught these things. Maybe, you came from a family without enough love. Hang in there. Go, join a meetup group. Go find a counselor, therapist. You're just a kid. Your whole life is ahead of you. So it is logically depressed, but the question is, what are you going to do about it? How can you help yourself, make friends and reach out? I have a video coming out tomorrow about overcoming loneliness. You might want to watch that. And, there's a book I took out of the library and lost about how to start a conversation. There's a lot of resources for people who feel isolated. And maybe joining a group, like, just depression support group or a therapy group would be helpful, or a meetup group. Anyway, I think that would be helpful if you joined a group of some kind that was really safe. Chum Chums, I saw that too. Was kind of surprised Don Lemon didn't get it, but usually he has a witty sense of humor. Aflam for you. It has been 3 nights without sleep because of my health anxiety. My brain tell you will never sleep. Well, you need to go check with your doctor. We need our sleep. If you go long periods of time without sleep, it not only can disrupt your brain, it can disrupt your body, your immune system, and it can start you to, your mental health systems to spiral down. So there are many good medications for sleep. I'm not going to recommend them because I can't, but they're out there. And you should definitely see a psychologist or a nurse practitioner or a counselor ASAP. Tony Issue, can you call somebody from the UK? Yes, using that's an international number. As long as you can call long distance, 1-816-969-2000. You can call that from any place in the world, and I highly recommend it. All right, we already talked about the donate thing. Oh God, I can't keep up with these comments, Guy. There's 54 people here on you. Mindfulness meditations work, Yvonne R. Very good. Scale right at the moment. I don't know what you mean by that. 1 to 10 is the scale I use. All right. What else do we have here? Imran Akhtar. I think a lot of my depression and anxiety comes from my early childhood when my mom divorced at the age of 5. Moving from the USA to London was a huge difference. Of course, Imran, you're absolutely right. You make an excellent point. You again go with a psychologist, therapist, process that loss. I did a video on your inner child. I need to do another one about how to nurture that little child within you. Have you ever heard a band called Doug and the Slugs? They have a great song called Day by Day. I listen when I'm having a bad day. Thank you, the quiet one, Doug and the Slugs. I always wanted to be a rock and roll star. I'll look it up. And what's it called? Day by Day, yes. All right, Timmy, we're sending you love. Zopasone really helps when I can't get sleep. And are you talking about Ambien, I think? Or maybe not. It helps me. Oh my God, this is my inner peace. That is bad. Good one, Lazy. I'm being out-joked here, absolutely. I would tell that joke, but gun violence in America is a serious thing. All right, John Kabat-Zinn. Yes, he's amazing. Go Audiscan YouTube, calms down my anxiety. His books are fascinating. Wherever you go, there you are. Yes, that's an old book. That's a classic. He also did one, Full Catastrophe Living, which was his masterpiece. Yvonne R., thank you so much for mentioning his name. John Kabat-Zinn practices what he preaches. You look at him, he's fit, he's calm, he looks well. He's an amazing human being. I would love to be half as cool as he is. Does smoking cigarettes increase the risk of depression? I don't know. It certainly increases the risk of lung cancer. Nicotine is a chemical that gives people a high sometimes, or at least helps them, smooth out their depression and anxiety. So I think that the nicotine, in cigarettes for people, some people, it's good for their mood, but what a price to your health. There's got to be a better way to do it. Joseph Clough, people with anxiety constantly overthink. This becomes exhausting and really has a positive effect. Exactly. Well, it's 46 minutes after the hour. I'm going to be going off the air at 50 minutes after the hour because I need to move to my other computer and I need to go ahead and get ready for this live webinar I'm teaching through the Unity Spiritual Explorers. If you want to go to my other one, which is a month from today, do you want me to add mob number and possibly land on UK to the email? Yes, absolutely. I want to contact you, and I didn't know you were a member of the mob. That's okay. You joined Donald Trump on that one. Yes. Tell me what Zopicone is. I'm going to look it up. I wonder if it's I don't know if you, maybe, I got to check it out. Because, God, I'm getting all these notifications. Okay. Just wait for a second. Z-O-P, here it is, Zopicone. Huh. A non-benzodiazepine hypnotic agent. Yes, but what is its actually real name? Huh. Well, I'll have to look for it. Yeah, that's the chemical name. Maybe it's a generic name. Hey, will you please tell me what the trade name of Zopicone is? All right. Yes, I found it. It's not Ambien, and I wanted to know what it was. So tell me, Imran Akhtar, tell me what the trade name, the name that it goes by, like Zoloft or Prozac or something like that. Or I can look it up later. All right. What else have we got here? Any questions? Any comments? Any help? Oh, Lunesta. Thank you, Mike Walker. I knew it was that. I take Ambien, which is a sister of Lunesta. Yeah. It came right after Ambien. Yes, yes. But you know what? Imran, you got to take that stuff periodically because you can develop a dependence on it. Ask the man or woman who prescribed it for you. You have to really be careful with these sleep drugs. I take it when I can't get to sleep, you know. It's a lifesaver, but if I took it every night, I'd get dependent on it and it would not work. But I'm glad you found something. Ambien does the same for me. All right. Take a half a tablet of Resident tonight to ensure sleep. Yep, that's a benzo, Ativan. Mob means mobile in the UK, Douglas. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Luan, I appreciate it. I didn't think he was a member of the mob. And yes, send it to me, Steve Young. Siddhartha Singh, I'm trying medication and yoga daily, but sometimes even I get back to being feared and all, but these speed bumps make me fearful going back to yoga. Why would they make you fearful going back to yoga? I'm unclear. I mean, we have all these ups and downs. Sometimes the evenings are worse, sometimes they're better. It classes as a cyclopyranol. Anyway, I know it's called Lunesta, so thank you. A robber runs into a bank and shouts at the teller, "This is a goof up." Teller says, "You mean stick up?" Roger says, "No, a goof up, because I forgot my gun." Another funny thing. Hey, good for you, Imran Akhtar. You only take when it's necessary. You're taking that medication responsibly. Good for you. You never see the same GP in the UK. Why not? Can't you just pick one? I mean, we have something called the Oregon Health Plan. It's Medicaid, free insurance. My wife is on it, but she gets to see the same, PCP every time she goes. Proverbs 11:9. What is Proverbs 11:9? I love Proverbs in the Old Testament. Tell me what it is. I'm trying to break up with my boyfriend, but he always talks me out of it. But I always find him to be a trigger to me and my anxiety. Well, down, doobie doo, down, down. Breaking up is hard to do. Anybody who tells me the name of that song and who sang it, you get a free chart. But anyway, yes, it's very hard to let go of these types of entanglements. Human beings are so hardwired for connection. I don't know what to tell you, but keep it up. Get some counsel. See a counselor. Talk to your close friends. And, God bless you. Nights are worse for me. They're better for me, but everybody is different. Bushra, my goodness, from Pakistan. How are you doing these days? I only have like 1 minute left. Actually, less than a minute left. Can't wait to start reading your wonderful book that arrived in the post over a week ago, but I'm feeling too low at the moment just to read anything. I will rise from the ashes like the phoenix. Yes, and when you rise from it, you'll read the book and you'll really enjoy it. The first part is my memoir about how I overcame a really bad depression. The second part is the how-to book, so start where you might want to. I see. Meditation, we lose ourselves and should feel good over there, but sometimes fear getting lost because of these speed bumps. Well, just use the medication, in a way that you feel safe. All right. So, Neil Sedaka, Breaking It Was Hard Too. Yes, Rosie Bangle, very good. Well, do I have your email address? I think you sent me an email about your concern for, your friendship with Lazy Eye Ranch, but send it to me again, okay? Fifth talk therapy tomorrow. Good work, pain to pound. Busher, I'm much better. I've tackled and coped my stomach anxiety. Douglas Clears, please share something about stomach anxiety. I did something on health anxiety with Noah. Check that out. And I might do something on stomach anxiety if I can get enough requests. In the meantime, it's 2 minutes after the hour. In 8 minutes, I need to be on the computer now to welcome in the new folks coming to my webinar called How to Rewire Your Anxious Brain. I have a video of that name. If you can't make the webinar, just watch that video. So tomorrow, next week, October 6th, same time, same place. Tomorrow, September 30th, a brand new video called How to Overcome Loneliness. Watch for it. You people in the UK, it'll probably come up around 8 o'clock, just like now. No, it'll come earlier than that. I'm going to do it at 8 a.m. my time. That'll be 4 p.m. your time. It'll come up, and everybody else in America, you'll see it first thing in the morning. You guys can talk with each other after I close. Please continue to do so. I think we've got 10 minutes of free, talking to yourselves on the thread. And those of you who can, watch my new video tomorrow. And otherwise, I'll see you all next week, Sunday, the 6th of October. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Sorry I was late. That was a little glitch in the computer. Thank you for being patient.